Namaste dear students, welcome back to my channel. I am Professor Nikhil Singh. Being a mechanical engineer, I am a teacher as well. So today's topic is going to be a really interesting topic in which you will understand whether light is a wave or a particle. So in the 17th century, Newton was the first person who claimed that light travels in the form of small corpuscles, particles, whereas Huygens, he claimed that light is a wave. So those were the claims. According to their point of view, they claimed certain things. Then in the 19th century, Thomas Young was the first person who saw that when you put light through small slits, it gets diffracted and then it interferes, and then it is proved that light travels in the form of a wave. So let's not waste any time and let's hit it. So this is the original manuscript which is kept in the Royal Society London, which is of the dated 24th November 1803. So it's an original handwritten piece which was written by Thomas Young himself. So in that script he has written everything, how he did the experiment and what he got at the end. So let's not waste any time. I'll basically give you a brief introduction and then I'll show you how the experiment was performed. Now in the video you can see certain waves which are entering the room. Let's imagine this is your room and you're sitting on the sofa here somewhere. So there are certain electromagnetic waves coming from the television, from radios, from telephones, and then from outside, here and there, Wi-Fi connection and everywhere. Light is also a type of electromagnetic wave. But let's see the experiment first. So a person decided to re-perform the whole Young's double slit experiment. So the setup he chose was very simple. Like you can see, he took a huge fridge box. This is the box in which you get the fridges delivered at your home. Then he sealed those boxes from everywhere so that light cannot enter inside from anywhere. Then see this. This was a small slide which he painted black in color and he made two thin slits. There are two slits very close to each other and they are very thin. You can approximately see the size of the nail which you can see in the video as well as compared to those which are made on the slide. So he made two thin slits. Now what he did is very simple. He just fixed the slide on the box and then he kept the whole arrangement under the sun so that the light can enter the box through those two slits. He made an arrangement for an eyepiece from where people can see inside the box. So at the upper end, the two lights are entering from those two slits and people from below can see it, can watch it. He asked those people what exactly do they think they can see inside the box. So there were certain different answers. Few people said that as there are two thin vertical slits, the light might go inside and it might spread, and on the other side of the box you might see two thick bands of light. Agreed. Few said that the slits are very thin, so the light might not get inside the box. Okay. Few said that there will be very little amount of brightness inside the box. I give you time to think. What do you think will exactly happen inside the box? This is what was seen inside. It's really amazing, a rainbow-like structure. At the center you can see a bright band and then you can see small circle sort of things and a rainbow colorish thing, right? Okay, done. Now this is an effect of interference. Confused? Let me tell you how. See, you have seen or you have even swimmed inside a pool. This is a pool for small kids. Now let's imagine that small kids are dancing inside the pool. Now let's imagine that when a drop of water falls on any surface, you get ripples like this, right? See here, this is that pool. What I did is, in the pool, if I take and if there is water filled up to the top of the pool, swimming pool, and if I dip this pencil again and again and hit the water surface, what will happen? You will have circular wavefronts created. So let's say this is S1. Again in the same way, I take another pencil and I hit the water surface at another point, circle wavefronts are created. Now if I do this thing together, the wavefronts are created and then they will grow, right? If they'll grow, after some time what will happen is, after some time those wavefronts will merge with each other and then interference will be seen. Now the question is, why am I comparing light with water? Because light also travels in the same manner. Now just imagine the same setup live. See, there are two bobs, the green colored ones. Now when the bobs are vibrated vertically, see, you can see the same thing, the wavefronts are being created. Right? Now these wavefronts will grow. Now see, after growing, they'll obviously merge inside. And when they'll merge inside, what will happen? That something like this will happen. Something like this will happen, right? And now when you see it carefully, you will observe a pattern like this. What is this pattern? Now I'll make you understand. See, here for the blue colored wavefronts, let us consider this is the crest, yellow is the trough, blue is the crest, yellow is the trough. Similarly, for this pattern, the crest is given by orange and the trough is given by red. So when they'll merge, obviously when the waves will go and merge, it might happen that the crest of S2 and trough of S1 might merge somewhere, or the crest and crest might merge somewhere, or trough and trough might merge somewhere. So similarly, if you have constructive interference, that is crest with crest and trough with trough, or destructive interference, crest or trough or crest, you will see a pattern like this. Now you can see here, see this thing. You can definitely see a pattern like this. So here you have constructive interference, then here destructive interference, here destructive interference, here constructive interference, here destructive interference, and so on. So where you had constructive interference, that means a crest and a crest of both the waves merged. So the amplitude got doubled. Similarly, trough or trough merged, interfered, the amplitude got doubled. So the wave boosted itself. Whereas on the other hand, see here, the shaded colors, they are being shown over here. So on the other hand, if a crest and a trough meets, the wave will be useless. Both the waves will cancel out each other and you won't see any sort of movement in the water. So there are certain places like you can see over here where you will have constructive interference and the water will have double movement, either double up or double down. And on certain places where you have destructive interference, there won't be any movement. So why am I telling you this thing? Because the same thing was happening in case of light. Now let's imagine whatever you saw inside the box in a bigger aspect, and that diagram, you remember the central white portion, this thing, I'll merge that diagram on this water diagram. See, like this. Yes, this is because the two slits acted as two sources of water. Now the water was having circular wavefronts. Similarly, the light which was coming out from this slit and the light which was coming from this slit got diffracted. They started spreading out, and when they met each other, they simply behaved in the same as the waves in the water did. So this was an interesting experiment in which Thomas Young decided, and he claimed, and then he proved that light travels in the form of wave. I wish you liked the video. If yes, then do like the video, share your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Do like, subscribe and comment. Press the bell icon so that whenever I'll come up with a new video, you will be notified. Till then, पढ़ते रहिए, बहुत आगे बढ़ते रहिए. नमस्ते.